just left the UP Los Angeles gym, where we seem to have a very high percentage of female clients who have got a long and extensive, let's call it fitness history. You've done lots of classes, gone on to gyms. They've had half a dozen trainers plus between them. You know, this is Los Angeles, where the fitness market is an awful lot more mature than probably anywhere else in the world outside of New York. So these are not neophytes to exercise, and yet they've changed their bodies dramatically, visually. You can sort of see, if you don't see one of them for a few weeks, and then they come in and the little round delts, and the shape is starting to come in on the backs and all these things. And it's kind of got me thinking something that I want to articulate, because it's been on my mind for a long time, and that is that weight training, a lot of women think weight training isn't right for them. They think it's not right for them. Okay, let's forget the normal Tracy Anderson bullshit misconceptions. I just want to ignore that, because that's just gibberish. You know, you lift 3 pounds or 5 pounds, you're not going to bulk up. You can't lengthen a muscle unless you surgically reattach it. I don't want to talk about those myths. What I want to talk about is, I actually get it that for most women, weight training isn't very effective. Now, some of you are going to sit up and go, what effing hell am I talking about here? Especially seeing as it's just contradicted what I've just said. Well, here is the thing. For most women, the way that they do it, weight training isn't effective. They're so frightened of pushing themselves hard, which might be a confidence thing. It might just be a lack of ability to generate tension on a muscle to keep intensity. It might be fear of turning, misplaced fear of turning into a bodybuilder. But when I see most women train, I am reminded of the sight that I had to endure once upon a time when I was training at a gym in Marbella in Spain. And I remember seeing this lady on the leg extension, and she was hogging the leg extension machine. I couldn't get on, so I was paying attention to her. Middle-aged woman, skinny fat, and she had 2 plates on the leg extension, which is providing no resistance whatsoever. She had her Versace Gucci handbag around her shoulder, and she was texting whilst doing sets, and she was doing sets of about 10 reps, resting 2 or 3 minutes, texting, handbag over the shoulder, and then she'd go again. And it's no bloody surprise at all to any of us that she got no results, and therefore for her weight training doesn't work, and therefore for her she'd be better off going for a jog and exercising her heart and exercising her cardiovascular system. She'd be better off going for a walk than doing that. And that's where I see one of the biggest practical real world problems. Women will get themselves into the gym. There's absolutely no question about that now. In terms of the clients that we see at UP, it's changed enormously, and we're 50-50 pretty much now. And we've got a couple of gyms where we have more female clients than male clients. But women, as a general rule, are so poorly educated when it comes to weight training. Sometimes it's a confidence issue. That they're getting nothing from weight training, and almost any other form of exercise would yield greater dividends than the perfunctory, listless, soporific, weak as tepid dishwater workouts that they put themselves through. Don't misinterpret my words here. I am not trying to lambast and criticise the female, every female. I'm not trying to criticise anybody. What I'm trying to say is weight training is considered by some women to not work for them. And I understand why they think that, because they're doing it so badly. I always say that women should train more like men, more aggression, not be frightened of weight, more intensity, more effort, and men should train more like women, more control, less ego, less chucking the weights around. But I would say on average that men train better than women, because generally men try. And here is the thing: if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. Trite, cliched, but true. If your body is used to walking to the bottom of the garden 3 times a day, if the intensity that you're putting in your workouts is the same as walking to the bottom of the garden, your body has no reason to change. It has no reason to adapt. It has no reason to get fitter, healthier, stronger, nothing. You have to do something that makes it hurt, really. Again, let's not get fixated on what hurt means. But you have to do something that pushes you to a place of discomfort. If you don't push yourself to a place of discomfort, you won't adapt. So when I look at some of our UPLA clients, female clients, who've got extensive training histories, and they come in and within 6 to 8 weeks, they're eating better, they're training smarter, but more than anything else, one of the key things that we're doing, we're finally putting them under the right amount of load. Finally, for the first time in their training history, they're lifting a weight that's appropriate to their goals. They're not frightened of the weights. Instead of doing pull downs with 20 pounds, oh my God, the bar weighs more than that. We get them doing chins, and they're doing 6, 8, 10, 12 reps, or they're doing weighted chins. And what that does for their body composition, what that does for the hormonal milieu that goes on inside you in terms of your insulin sensitivity and everything, and how your body basically responds to carbohydrates, all of these things are optimized and become that much better just with some simple things. And so, I implore any of you watching this who've got female friends who've said, oh, the gym doesn't work. No, the gym works. Weight training is the most adaptable, malleable training modality that we have. That's why we use it. That's why gyms are full of weight training equipment, not full of cardio equipment, or good gyms are full of weight training equipment and not cardio equipment. Train hard, push yourself, and we've got to get women training harder so that as a general perception they understand that it can work. Because I've encountered so many women who think that weight training doesn't work or it's just for bodybuilders, and they've tried it, they've given it what they think is a good go, and of course they've had crap trainers who've been frightened to push them, they haven't had the right advice from fitness instructors in the gyms. All of these things are stacked against women, and I think everybody watching this video, I'm preaching to the choir, obviously. You guys know what we've got to do, but we've got to be relentless. We've got to keep on going. We've got to keep on pushing, because nowadays women they kind of know that weight training is there, but a lot of women still think it just doesn't work, and this is patently wrong.